All right, let's get into the risk management, and I want to mainly focus on this sector because it doesn't really matter how good your winning pattern is, or how high the winning percentage is. Sometimes you will run into a patterns, the pattern will not work, even though it has 99% winning percentage. You got that 1%, the stock will likely forces you to take your max loss. If you don't take your max loss and stock breaks through the consolidation, you flip double, then you're down 100%. And I do see a lot of students sizing in way too much. And once the stock breaks their max risk, they're thinking they're taking too much losses. So they rather wait for the stock to come back. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they blow up their account. So risk management is your fundamental skill. You have to practice risk management first before you practice patterns. You need to know a solid risk management to protect yourself from blowing up, from ending your trading career. As I said in the previous slides, the longer you survive in the market, the better you will get. So it only takes time either for you to build that screen time. If you blow up your account, you're not going to even build your screen time. You're probably paper trading, and paper trading is not going to do good for you because it will left with you a lot of FOMO. So for risk management, this sector is very important. Without risk management, pattern means nothing. I've personally ran into several situations that the pattern has a great winning percentage, but it broke through really heavy resistance, almost 300 million at $10. So that's 3 billion resistance. Back in 2020, that type of resistance is unbreakable. So it broke through that. It broke my mind, but I still cut my losses. And when you run into that type of situations, you have to size down or pretty much cut at your maxed risk. I do see a lot of people just ride it all the way along to the top, then down huge after they got squeezed. On the third point is I will give you a few methods of how you can really choose what fits the best for you. There's several methods of how to really manage your risk. There's aggressive method, there's passive method. If you only want to make consistent profit and you do not want to take much bigger risk, then there's a way for you to do that as well. So there's also, you have to master different risk management in different account size. A $1 million account risk management is much different compared to 30K account. Sometimes you're risking percentages on a lower account size, then you are going to risk a certain amount of dollar in a bigger account size. So that's very important of how to really justify manage your risk in different account size. Then I'm going to talk about how much money you will need for day trading specifically, because typically when you want to day trade, you don't really need that much capital. You don't really need, if you have $1 million sitting on the side and you don't want to put $1 million for the day trading specifically, especially for intraday pattern, because in day trading sector, you don't really need that much capital. And the second one is I will talk about how much you can size it into one ticker, depending on the volume, depending on the flow size as well. Then there's max dollar sizing into one ticker, typically on an intraday pattern as well. So all those three has its own, I would say, type of situations that you will run into your trading career. Make sure to pay attention to this risk management, because this could protect you from blowing up your account and forces you to make much less mistakes than me at the beginning of my career, and it will save you a lot of money. All right, so let's talk about the risk to price flow and market cap level. First of all, your money becomes more important when the market cap is really low. As I said in the very beginning, that you want to make a ticker go up 100%, you want to look at their market cap. If the market cap is only 10 million, then you only need 10 million for the stock to go up 100%, right? But if the market cap is 100 million, then you will need another 100 million for the stock to go up 100%. So the more expensive the market cap is, more it's harder for for all that money to pour in one day to make the stock to go up 100%. And whenever you have 300K shorting positions on a 2 million market cap ticker, then you are basically equal more than 10% of the market cap. Then your money becomes relatively important in that stock. And whenever you want to cover your positions, you are making the stock go up, and your execution will be really bad. So if your account is over 500K and you're shorting something that market cap is really low, make sure stays under 1% of the volume, 1% of the float, and do not exceed over 10% of the market cap. If you exceed that, then either you want to top tick, you position yourself at the very top of the stock, or you're going to take a loss. So I have personally experienced that many, many times, and do not exceed that 1% percentages for the volume and the float. And also, if you're sizing way too much and you're comparing your size with the float, let's say you want to size in 50K shares at 1 million float. Well, you're 5% of the float, and you are going to affect the stock price as well whenever you short or whenever you get cover your shares. As I said, if you don't position yourself really well or top tick the ticker, then you are leaving yourself in a really dangerous situations. So your shares becomes much more important when the float is really low. You have to position yourself at a very good place. If you don't, then you are likely to take a loss. Another one is the lower the stock price, it means the more risk you are taking. And for example, let's say you are shorting a $2 stock. This is the reason why I don't like to short a stock is under 3, because it involves much more risk. Whenever you are shorting a ticker that's $20 and $30, that means typically whenever you run into this type of situations, the stock has already ran up 3-5 days, and it's probably up 1,000%, 2,000%. As the stock is gaining that much percentages, the market cap is getting more expensive. As I said, the more expensive the market cap is, the harder for the stock to go up. Then if you are shorting around $20, that means first of all, you need much more money for the stock to go up. So the stock is unlikely to push up for just like a lower dollar stock. That's number one advantage if you short more expensive stocks. Number two is it's much easier to manage your risk. It's because if you short 10K at $20, you don't have to borrow. Basically, you're taking a 200K positions, correct? Then if you're shorting a $3 stock, you have to take, up to 70K shares to short 200K positions. If the stock goes up $1, you are down 70K. But if the stock goes up $2-3 on $20 stocks, you're only down 20K to 30K. So that's why more expensive stocks do have advantages for shorting. And for the stocks that's under $3, it's very difficult to manage your risk. That's number one. Number two, you need to borrow much more shares, and more shares equal more borrow fees, and you want to avoid that as well. And if the stock is under $1, using any type of short pattern does not work at all. The only pattern that maybe it's doable for going for long strategies is you want to dip buy into multi-day potential multi-day runner breakouts, and if the support is over 400 or 500 million on 70 cents, then it is okay to buy. But any other situations under $1 stock is not really tradable at all.